The Three Little Pigs, Little Red Riding Hood, and a Tiny Mouse, three characters who may seem small and powerless, but use their courage and clever minds to outsmart the mighty.
Little Red Riding Hood in a cozy wooden cottage, packing a basket with bread and fruit, sunlight streaming through a small window. Little Red Riding Hood's mother, kneeling, speaking gently, pointing her finger as if warning, inside a warm kitchen. Little Red Riding Hood tying her bright red hood, smiling, door open to reveal the village outside. Little Red Riding Hood waving at her mother from outside the wooden gate, flowers blooming around. Little Red Riding Hood walking along a dirt path leading into a sunlit forest. Little Red Riding Hood stopping to admire purple wildflowers along the forest path. Little Red Riding Hood bending down, picking flowers, basket in the other hand. A menacing wolf peeking from behind a large tree, watching Little Red Riding Hood. The big bad wolf approaching with a sly grin, speaking to Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood politely speaking to the wolf, holding her basket. Wolf gesturing with his paw as if suggesting another path, Little Red listening. Little Red nodding innocently, the wolf smirking behind her back. Wolf running through the forest, trees blurring in motion. A small cottage with a thatched roof in a clearing, warm light in the windows. The grandmother opening the door, shocked to see the wolf. Wolf leaping toward grandmother, she drops her knitting. Wolf wearing grandmother's nightcap and glasses, hiding under the blanket. Little Red knocking gently on the cottage door, basket in hand. Little Red at the doorway, hearing a voice from inside. Little Red entering the room, grandmother in bed under a blanket. Close-up of Little Red looking at grandmother with big suspicious eyes. Wolf in disguise smiling creepily from under the blanket. Little Red looking confused, wolf showing big ears. Wolf snarling and jumping out of bed toward Little Red. Little Red running around the room, wolf chasing. Hunter outside the cottage hearing a commotion. Hunter bursting into the cottage with an axe. Hunter wrestling the wolf to the ground. Grandmother sitting up, wrapped in a blanket, smiling faintly. Little Red hugging grandmother tightly, tears in her eyes. Hunter, grandmother, and Little Red sharing food at a wooden table. Grandmother holding the hunter's hand gratefully. The cottage bathed in golden sunset light. Little Red waving goodbye to grandmother at the gate. Little Red, her mother, and grandmother standing together smiling in front of the cottage. One bright morning, Mother Pig stood at the doorway, waving goodbye to her three little piggies as they set off with small bags in hand. The three pigs walked happily along a dusty path through fields of colorful flowers. At a fork in the road, they stopped to talk and decided each would build a house of their own. The eldest pig found a golden meadow and imagined a cozy home made of straw. He quickly began tying bright yellow bundles together to form the walls of his straw house. The second pig spotted the edge of a forest and pointed to a place rich with timber. He set to work under the sun, hammering nails and raising strong wooden beams. The youngest pig chose an open space near a hill for his sturdy brick home. With care and focus, he stacked red bricks one by one, building solid walls. Meanwhile, a hungry wolf hid behind a bush, eyeing the straw house from afar. He knocked on the door, and the eldest pig peeked out of the window in surprise. With a great huff and puff, the wolf blew the straw house to pieces, sending the eldest pig running. The frightened pig dashed toward his brother's wooden house, glancing nervously behind him. Inside, the two brothers watched through the window as the wolf approached. The wolf knocked again, and the pigs trembled inside. He blew with all his might, and the wooden walls flew apart as the pigs ran away. The brothers reached the brick house, and their youngest sibling quickly opened the door. Safe inside, the three peered out the window as the wolf prepared to blow again. No matter how hard he huffed and puffed, the brick house stood firm and unmoved. Frustrated, the wolf climbed onto the roof, looking for another way in. The youngest pig lit a fire in the fireplace and placed a pot of water to boil. The wolf slid down the chimney, his eyes widening as he saw the rising steam. With a loud splash, he landed in the boiling water, making the pigs cheer. Soaking wet and yelping, the wolf leapt out and ran far away. The pigs celebrated their safety with a joyful meal around the wooden table. Later, Mother Pig arrived and hugged her sons in the warm afternoon light. Together, they cleaned the house and fixed the door. The eldest planted colorful flowers in the garden. The second built a sturdy fence around the yard. The youngest read aloud on the porch while his brothers listened. They sang and played music together in the sunny yard. From a distance, the wolf watched with regret, never daring to come closer. That night, the silver moon shone over the brick house as the pigs slept peacefully. The next morning, they made breakfast with Mother Pig, filling the house with happy chatter. And so, the whole family stood smiling in front of their brick home under the clear blue sky. Under the golden sun, the African savanna stretched out, quiet and vast. Tall grasses swayed gently, and birds chirped softly in the warm air. The scent of the earth filled the peaceful land. Here, beneath a wide acacia tree, a mighty lion rested. His golden mane shimmered like threads of sunlight. His eyes were closed, and his breathing was deep and slow. The king of the jungle was enjoying his nap. Suddenly, a tiny shadow darted across the ground. It was a small graying mouse, searching for food. She spotted a few seeds near the lion's massive paw. The mouse hesitated, knowing the danger, but hunger made her brave. She crept closer, her tiny feet silent on the dusty ground. 1 seed, 2 seeds, and then the lion's paw came down, trapping her. Well, well, the lion rumbled, opening one golden eye. What do we have here? A little snack that walks right to me? The mouse trembled. Great king, please spare my life. I did not mean to disturb you. Her voice was small but steady. The lion tilted his head. And why should I let you go? You are so small, you could not possibly repay me. The mouse took a deep breath. One day I might be able to help you. Even the smallest creature can be useful. For a moment, the lion stared at her. Then he laughed, a deep, rolling sound that echoed through the savannah. You? Help me? That's amusing. But you have courage, and I am not hungry today. He lifted his paw. Go, little one, live your tiny life. The mouse bowed her head in gratitude and ran into the tall grass. Days passed. The sun rose and set over the savannah. One morning, the lion wandered far from his territory. He was following the scent of water when suddenly a hunter's net, strong and heavy, fell upon him. He roared and struggled, but the ropes cut into his fur. No matter how he fought, the net held tight. His roars echoed far across the plains, filled with frustration and fear. And in the tall grass, the little mouse heard him. She remembered the kindness the lion had shown her. Without a second thought, she raced toward the sound. When she saw the lion trapped, she called out, "Hold still, great king! I will help you!" The lion blinked in surprise. "You? But the ropes are too strong." The mouse only smiled. "They are too strong for you, but not for my teeth." She scurried to the ropes and began to gnaw. Her sharp teeth worked quickly, bite after bite, strand after strand. The lion stayed still, watching the tiny creature's determination. At last, with a final snap, the ropes broke apart. The lion stepped free, shaking dust from his mane. He looked down at the mouse. "I was wrong," he said softly. "Today, the smallest creature has saved the greatest." The mouse's whiskers twitched. "And today, the promise I made has been kept." They shared a smile under the warm sun. From that day forward, the lion and the mouse were true friends. They often met beneath the acacia tree, not as predator and prey, but as equals. Kindness is never wasted. Even the smallest friend can make the biggest difference.